Yeah, if you had the long.
Disaster must come. At best, only postponed. Shaolin Kung Fu, to survive, must now be taught to more young men.
Welcome once again to another episode of Fists, Kicks, and Flicks, the podcast about martial arts, movies, and life. I am one of your hosts, Eugene Plowden, and with me as always, my podcast partners, Angel Diaz and Joe Hartley. What's up, fellas?
What's up?
What's up, man?
If this is your first time with us, I want you to know we are members of the Martial Arts Internet Network. On Tuesdays, we have the Inside Scoop with Alex and Jeff. Wednesdays is us, Fists, Kicks, and Flicks with Gene, Joe, and Angel. And that's it as of right now. We got a couple of new shows coming pretty soon. I talked with Travis over the weekend, and he gave me the inside scoop. So I know what's coming. I know what's coming down.
Stop. We're not even gonna go. No, we're not even doing this whole how's everyone week going. I'm stopping it right now. He told you everything.
I mean, I don't
It's
know.
His brother, of course he did.
No, Joe. No. He told you everything. He didn't keep nothing close to the vest.
I don't know what he kept close. How would I know that? What he has in his head? I only know what he told me.
Listen, hold up. I'm going to defend our director for just a second. Gene used to do music and produce and all that stuff. He bounces ideas off of Gene. That's all. Don't take it personal.
No. I'm gonna take it personal. It personal.
He needs some of Gene's opinion because Gene knows what he's doing. So that's all that is.
I'm gonna take it personal because I'm the last one to know everything.
I don't know either. This is the first time I'm hearing about it, so calm down.
No. What made it worse was I was working with Travis this morning. This is exactly Travis's words. Man, I can't wait to announce these new shows coming out. It's gonna be good. I got some announcements. I said, "Oh, really? What is it? You haven't said nothing to me." He goes, "I can't really say much, but I can tell you that." I go, "So why did you bring it up then? Why did you bring it up?"
Because that's Travis.
So then Chris gets on. And he goes, as soon as Chris literally logged in, he goes, "Hey, don't tell Angel about the stuff. He doesn't know nothing." I said, "Why did you even bring it up?"
Oh, bro, they're just messing with you. That's all there is to it. This is what they want.
You just giving them what they want. You would have never said nothing. I would have been like, "Oh, okay, cool. I'll just, I would have found out like everybody else would have been happy." I said, "You said this. Now I'm going to be waiting every day for a damn announcement to be made."
You know what you got to do, Angel? You know what you got to do? For more information, you got to check us out on all of our social media platforms. Just look for the Martial Arts Network on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Patreon, and YouTube, fellas. It's showtime. What's going on?
Oh, man. Angel's just mad right now.
Because the fact that he said that, we got some new shows coming out. And I'm just like, Angel, are you serious, bro? He told him.
Let it
go.
Let it go.
God.
It's okay. It's his brother, man. It's okay. It's okay.
Anyhow, that's how we starting off this week.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Nothing crazy this week. just work and everything. My oldest, who does the plays and everything, she just started taking voice lessons about a month ago.
Okay.
And my wife's been taking her. She goes every Tuesday at 12:30, and I've never gone before, but she does close her door and sing in the shower and sing in her room, but like she gets mad if I say I'm listening, so I don't listen, quotation marks. But she sounds really good. Like I'm really excited. One of her favorite songs to perform is coming up in the next play. It's a Little Mermaid. She's been wanting to play Ursula for a while now.
Okay.
And so she's working on that right now. So auditions are coming up, I think, in like a month. And I'm really crossing my fingers. I think if she gets it, she will kill it. I really do.
We're about to get into your busy season, aren't we, Joe?
Yeah, everything right now is getting a little crazy because work is starting to pick up, all this, and then everyone's going back to school. So my wife, she's gonna be going crazy. And then of course what Gene talking about, fantasy football, man. Tis the season. I just went to the Lions game on Friday, and that was a lot of fun. And now my son, like, he looked at me like, "Dad, whenever you watch football this year, like I want to watch with you. I'm like, what? Huh?
Oh wow.
Well, what? My dreams are coming true. So he wants a fantasy team of his own and everything. So yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Okay.
And we're ready to go, man. So I love September. Like, let's go.
All right.
Angel, you still with us, man?
Yeah, let me ask you something, Angel. Let me ask you something. Have you gone back to work yet?
No, I go next Tuesday.
Okay, and this is a new school that you're going to, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you excited?
Still high school?
Yeah, still high school.
Okay.
Yeah.
And are you only doing math, or are you going to do?
No, I'm doing a whole different. I'm doing business actually.
In high school?
Really?
Wow, I did not have business in high school. We should have.
Yeah, I'm excited. Man.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you something right now. One of my favorite classes, because I took it all 4 years because of the teacher, was business.
Mm-hmm.
And this teacher, his name was Mr. Hines, and he ran a couple of different things, but his biggest one he ran was an eyeglass shop. And I pass it on the way to my father-in-law's all the time. I think he sold it, but it still has the same name, Hindsight Opticals. This guy, I think he was like in his early to late, maybe 61, 62. And he looked like Mr. Feeney from Boy Meets World. But listen, though. He looked like him, but he didn't act like him.
Okay.
This guy was purposely an asshole. Like, if you told him he was an asshole, he would take it as a compliment. But he was funny about it. Like, he didn't like being interrupted by the announcements and stuff. So he disconnected the speaker. So you had to come down to you had to send someone to his room if you needed to get someone out of class. And he would, every time that they reconnected his speaker and they actually got through, he was super rude to the office. But he was a really good teacher. It's just, I love the fact that this guy just didn't give a shit.
Mr. Feeney didn't give a shit either.
But Mr. Feeney was like trying to, I guess.
Yeah, but he was an asshole sometimes. I mean.
Yeah. But
sometimes...
he did it. I guess you're right. You know what? This guy was the true life Mr. Feeney. He just was a fun, like, if you listened and you did what he was telling you, like, he knew his stuff. But also he just didn't put up, like, nobody could get to him. If you had like 2 or 3 people in the class that were hard to deal with, you couldn't get to him because he'll out asshole you. Like, you can't get to someone who's going to be a bigger jerk than you. And it was just funny to watch because I would watch like kids that would break other teachers down, try to break this dude down. And he wouldn't even send you out of class. Like, I think he liked the challenge. Honest to God, I think he liked it. It was the best.
Yeah,
so I hope you have fun with that.
I couldn't have been a teacher. I couldn't do it, man. My hat's off to Angel. Like sometimes, man, my mouth moves faster than my brain, and I don't know, man. I would say the wrong things to a student, So I don't think I could deal with that. I couldn't deal with that every single day. Now, a situation like a satellite program where I see these little motherfuckers once a week, something like that, I can do that, but I cannot be a teacher and be in the classroom every single day with these kids.
No, I'm not even trying to be funny, man. I promise you. My girlfriend still brings up the picture that you tagged me in, Gene.
I think about that all the time, Angel.
Yo, she literally tells
Which
me.
Which one?
The one where he says, so you gotta take the 4 and the 2, and you just gonna round that motherfucker.
And he got a do-rag on.
My girl tells me all the time, she's like, they don't know, but that's you. And I'm just like, stop. Like, that's not me. She's like, Angel. Like, she's like, I know, like, you kids love you. But I also know sometimes you're like, just get the closest answer is good enough. We don't need to get into this. Like, just closest answer is good enough. But man, I'm definitely excited. I think it's funny. Just because like it's starting up again. So I just see it as like last week of freedom, and then we right back in that grind. And I know how I am, man. I say it like when I walk into school the first day, I say 179 more to go. Let's go. That's all we got. Like, let's rock and roll. But besides that, man, I've had a busy ass day today, man. Jesus, I had a busy day today. I was working with Trav in the morning, then working with Trav and Chris. Then I was like getting stuff cleaned up because like now I'm trying to like get my room clean, get my life together. So when next week comes, I'm right back in my routine, right back in my schedule, all that good stuff. taking care of my nephew. Then had to go teach. I was like, I'm not even supposed to teach today. This is not supposed to be like my day that I teach all the classes. I ended up teaching all the classes today at the school. So it was like I had stuff planned and then like kind of like threw a little wrench in. So I was like, yo, I gotta get in there, I gotta teach, right? Then from there, I have to go. Then I was like, all right, we gotta record. So I'm like, all right, so I'm recording twice tonight. I got that. Then thank God for Joe. He reminded me about fantasy football. I said, all right, we got the draft tonight. So I was like, I called my girl right before we got on. I said, yeah, I'm probably just not gonna talk to you tonight. I'll just see you tomorrow. Like I got nothing to say.
You know, I used to enjoy fantasy football, but after that last time I got screwed over. I just haven't been able to, join a league again because I got screwed over.
I'm gonna be honest, man. I don't know what the hell was going on, right? Because I've never played fantasy football ever before a day in my life. Then
you should have fun, man. It's gonna be fun.
And then
he played the last 2 years.
Last year I played. I didn't play the other year.
Okay.
Yeah, you did. You just gave up halfway through.
That was last year.
It wasn't. It wasn't.
I promise you. No, the reason why I know that was last year because that was the first time I ever done it, and the reason why I remember was because
this is the third year for the league, and you were in from year one.
I wasn't in from year one. I was in from year two. I was in year two. No, I wasn't in year one. I was in year two. And the reason why I remember is because I gave up halfway through the year last year. And I'm going to tell you right now, Jackson Rudolph finessed me. Jackson Rudolph finessed the crap out of me. Had me trade the guys that were actually getting me the most points. And I got even more bummy players. So I wasn't even making no damn points. Gene, there was ones that I was projected to win. And I was only scoring like 6 points. I was like, get the hell out of here, man. This is what actually causing me depression to watch it. So I was like, I'm good on this. So, but I told myself this year I'm going to learn how to do it. But besides that, man, I just chilling, man, just getting ready. I might have to go do some of these tournaments with Trav, go record and get us some good content. But besides that, man, I'm just chilling. And then also, man, I hate this damn injury. I'm trying to heal.
Yeah, I was just about to ask you about that, man.
Bro, I hate it, man. It's just not really being able to do much is really pissing me off. I hate it.
So is it still bothering you now? It's still bothering you?
It still bothers me, man. Like it's like certain things, man, it hurts, but even just like moving around, you can still feel it's there. You can feel it. It just sucks, man. I hate it.
I've never had a surgery before. No.
This is my first one, and I honestly I never want one ever again. Ever again.
Nobody ever wants one, but
right.
It's part of life.
I know.
Okay.
I know. But besides that, I'm all good, man. Just chill. Oh, also the other thing is I just got back from North Carolina this weekend. I was with my girl. But besides that, man, I was.
What was going on in North Carolina? Just a vacation, or?
I just wanted to see her because I know I'm not gonna be able to see her once the school year starts. It gets harder to go down and just go be with her. You know.
Oh, she's from North Carolina.
Yeah, she's from North Carolina, so it's hard for me just to go down there, just see her. So I was like, let me just get one more time in to chill with her, and then once the school year starts, I can only see her like once a month, if that. So it gets kind of difficult.
Yeah, man. I mean, those long distance relationships. Goodness gracious.
Yeah. Hey, but listen, man. I'm trying to be a stay at home husband. She's about to be a doctor. If I can stay at home, God bless her.
Don't say that online, man. Don't say that online for the world to hear you say.
Besides, you know what? They call that a trophy husband.
And guess what? I'll polish the trophies. God bless.
Hey, this is a family show. We don't want to hear about you polishing your trophy. I don't want to hear about that.
Yo, Lord. Let me tell you something. Today, I'm going to put it out there. I'm not going to say what we were talking about, but I'm just going to say Chris Walker made himself. He got caught red-handed. He didn't have his microphone near him. So he puts it near him, and we're like, oh, we can hear you so much clearer. He's like, all right, cool. And then he goes, yeah, I'm about to make love to this microphone right now. I'm about to do all these nasty things. And all you hear is Travis go, and we're still recording. So let's move on to the next thing. And literally, Chris's face, it got like straight. He was like, I couldn't stop laughing. I was like, in my mind, I was like, I always get paired up with everyone that wants to do the crazy stuff. And I just be sitting there like, this is crazy. This dude said, don't talk about polishing your trophy. Oh, my God.
I want to know when this became a family show.
I be trying every time I told you guys, like my mouth faster than my brain sometimes, So.
Yo, imagine the stuff you would say at a school if a kid, if you assigned,
man.
Listen,
in school, man, I was quiet. Like I did not talk. A lot of people think that I was the class clown, or no, that was not me. I was the opposite. I did not talk in school at all, unless you were one of my close friends, my homeboys. They knew. They used to tell people all the time, like, "Gene, there's something wrong with him. Like he crazy. Like he did some crazy ass stuff." And it's funny because they would look at me, and I'll just be sitting there looking like. You know, and they'd be like, no, for real. And I'm just like,
yo.
You know,
but, and in your mind, you over there probably looking like you dumbass mom. You don't even know what I'm about to do, like over here saying stuff. Right. Hey, yo, listen, Gene. I swear to God, when I woke up this morning, that video I sent you, I swear I thought it was you.
Man,
that's I swear.
Ain't no way.
There was this dude dancing in the rain. He had a hat on, just like how he has now, a beard. I said, damn, why the hell is Gene going viral dancing in the rain?
That dude was like 75 pounds bigger than me.
He was dancing. He was dancing.
Ain't no way. And man, gangsters don't dance, we boogie. I do nothing like what that guy was doing. Ain't no way I'm going to be prancing around like that guy. Ain't no
I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna make that a post. Gangsters don't dance, we boogie. That's what I'm talking about, man. Yo, I sent that to your brother. Your brother said he would never. He put never in all caps. I said, all right, whatever. I got y'all. But anyways, how was your week, Gene?
Man, it was pretty cool, man. My daughter, I should say stepdaughter, but she hates when I say stepdaughter. She's getting married on Sunday. So over the weekend, me and Mel went to go get some stuff for her. Because I had to, I've been trying to get a suit. So I went to the Men's Warehouse to get a suit, man. But the price to rent the suit, I was just better off buying a new suit. Like to rent the suit was like $230. To buy a suit was $330. You know, so I said skip it. And I already have a suit that I bought, a black suit I already bought a couple years ago. It's not that old. So, but the thing is, the suit was big because I've lost a lot of weight over the last 3 years. So I had to take it and get it tailored. And I went to my tailor, and he was like, "Well, damn, you lost a lot of weight." I was like, "Yeah, you gotta take this in quite a bit." So we did that, and we just hung out, chilled. I did an interview with Kyle Chambers. I was on his show. He reached out to me, so I did that. That was pretty cool. That was fun. You know, and I just been studying up on my jiu-jitsu, man. Just getting ready for that. So I'm gonna go ahead and fully commit next week after the wedding. I didn't want to get banged up because I'm giving my daughter away. So I don't want a black eye or bust the nose or nothing like that. So I'll wait till after Sunday, then I will go ahead and be fully committed. I'm going to be doing about 5 days a week, you know, so I'm ready for it. The kids had it tonight. Steve Williams, he came over and he worked with the kids from about 6:30 to 8 o'clock, worked with them on the jiu-jitsu. So I like the fact, man, now that I'm able to start taking time off from teaching, you know, whether it's Joe running his class or my cousin Sankofa teaching his class or Steve now. So, you know, now I'm getting more energized, you know, because I was starting to, you know, wear down a little bit, teaching so many classes every single day, every single week. But now that I have help, it's starting to be a lot better. And then I got my red belts. My red belts, they're starting to really take off when it comes to the teaching. They're really starting to get good now. I'm really, really happy about that. A couple of them pretty soon, they're going to be able to run classes on their own. You know, they're still kind of young, you know, but, you know, me and Joe were both young. I'm quite sure you were probably young, too, when you started teaching, Angel.
I started when I was like 12, man. I started like 12 when I started teaching.
Yeah, I wasn't that young, but I was 15. As soon as I got my black belt, I'll go to class on that next week. My uncle got me teaching, got me running the classes. Yeah, you know, so it's all good. And that's pretty much it. I don't think there's anything else. I did have to laugh because as I'm watching our movie that we're going to talk about tonight, Kick Ass, the first thing I said about halfway through the movie, I said, this is not a damn martial arts movie. But Joe, that was the first thing Joe said last week. Like, I don't care. It's not a martial arts movie. I still want to watch it. So it's all good.
I just want you guys to know. Now that we did that,
I'm-
we opened the floodgates. We opened the floodgates. It's over now.
Listen, Transporter and a couple others. This is more martial arts than that. So
I don't think so.
We're watching Rocky. We're watching Rocky.
You know, I almost made a big mistake with this movie because this is the first time I've seen it. I haven't seen it before. And
I can't wait till you see the second one.
I thought this was like Spy Kids. So I almost watched
what?
I never saw it. I never saw it. So I almost watched this with Champ. And I would have had a whole lot of explaining. I would have had a whole lot of explaining to do if I would have made that mistake. You know, so luckily I did not do that. Because because I've only seen the costumes and how the characters look. And it looks kind of cheesy. It does not look like Avengers or a DC movie, Superman, Batman. It doesn't look like that. You know, so it looks kind of like kiddish. But no, it is not a kid movie at all.
The second one's even worse. The second one's even worse.
Listen, it's funny. What you call it? When I'll be honest, I actually never liked this movie when I was younger. It was funny as hell. Funny as hell. You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of a movie. I don't know if you guys ever seen it.
Not weird in a bad way.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys ever seen it, but it reminded me of like Superbad, just a superhero version. That's what it reminded me of. Like just Superbad, just a superhero version.
Yeah, it has that raunchiness
funny as hell.
To it.
Funny as hell. Like a Seth Rogen production.
Oh, I laughed when I said, okay, both of the Quicksilvers are in this movie. It was Quicksilver from the X-Men movies, the Fox X-Men, and then it was Quicksilver from the Avengers in the movie, and their friends. You know, so that was strange. That guy now he's playing Craven, so he must like he likes his superhero genre.
And you know Jeffrey Dahmer.
I did not see that.
You just said it.
No. I said he's playing Craven the Hunter. I never saw.
I'm saying like, and he ended up playing Jeffrey Dahmer. That was his big thing now.
No, I never saw the Dahmer movie. I never seen that. I didn't know. You talking about the guy? You're not talking about the main guy.
No, I'm talking about the other guy. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
There are two guys that play.
No, I know what you're talking about. I'm talking about the Fox ones, the Fox X-Men.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't see playing. Oh, okay.
I didn't see Jeffrey Dahmer, the Jeffrey Dahmer movie.
Yeah, he ended up playing Jeffrey Dahmer. Oh, dude, it was actually really good. I mean, it's sad to see. Not like it's.
You're talking about the movie or the show?
The Netflix one, the show.
The show.
Yeah. He played that.
Crazy.
It was right. Yeah. But he played it. But he did an amazing job.
No,
let's get into it.
The director for this also just put out an animation called Super Crooks, kind of along the same lines as this crap.
Now is it just 2 movies or is it 3?
It's 2. There's been talk of 3, but I just read an article saying where the director says there has been no plans for 3 yet. He said there's a story to tell, but there hasn't been anything set up yet.
Okay.
The biggest problem. So the first movie, did well. The second one came out, and I read an article that said it was the most pirated movie of the year. Like nobody went to the movies to see it. Everybody just downloaded it off the internet.
Okay.
Which it had more big names in it, so the budget was doubled, I think, because of the first one being so popular. So with them losing so much money off of it, I think they just kind of got pissed off and said, "F it," which sucks, because the way they left it, there is definitely another story to be told, and I would love to see it, but we're not getting it anytime in the next couple of years. So.
Didn't they make a comic book after these movies also? I think there's
the movies are from a comic book.
Oh, so this was based off of a comic book.
Yes.
Okay, I thought the comic books came out after.
No, the comic books were this is based off a comic book.
So this was a lot like Invincible. Are you guys familiar with Invincible?
Yep, I'm ready for season 2. By the way.
Yeah, this is a lot. This is along those lines as far as the level of violence and that's in the movie. Like, I mean, you'll see somebody's head get blown off. And Invincible is a comic, but it's also they did a cartoon for Amazon Prime, and it's not a kiddie. You know, I don't know what they're gonna do. Like some of these cartoons now, like a kid, if they're streaming, a kid might not know that this is not for them.
Oh yeah,
You
Not at
know.
all.
well, I mean, but the ratings are there.
Yeah, but if a kid is on their iPad, like I'm not paying attention to everything Champ doing at every second on his iPad.
You can set if he has his own iPad, you can set the whole iPad to only play a certain rating.
Yeah,
Now the only place that it doesn't work is YouTube, because YouTube doesn't control everything. They try to rate everything, but like my son found some stuff because I had it set up on his, and most of the time it worked, but he would find stuff still that got through because I'd be like, why did this get through? And I looked for a rating and there wasn't a rating on it. But most of the stuff you can control what rating kids watch on the app and on the actual device.
Okay. Let's get into it, Joe.
Imagine a kid watching this back then. Oh god.
I know, right? That'd be crazy. Kick-Ass is a pretty simple movie for the most part, but a little crazy. So you got Dave, and Dave's just a average dude, bit of a nerd. You know, he's kind of narrating the beginning, and he's really giving us a little bit too much information. He's telling us about his school day, his friends. He basically admits to really being nobody. Talks about, you know, he's jacking off a lot, and
What the? Whoa, wait,
unnecessary information.
Go ahead, Angel.
What? Wait, okay, hold on. So when he went, like, this is my only thing. This is how crazy, but like, was that not him when it started the movie? I know it said it wasn't him, but was he still the actor in that suit or no? You know what I'm talking about? The first scene, like how it started, the guy on top of the building.
Yes, he was talking about how it all. He was saying, you know, it didn't start off this way, and he's telling you how he got there.
Okay, I just didn't know if that was him. When I saw it, I just thought it was crazy because I didn't know if it was him.
So, but he's into comics and superheroes and all that stuff, and somewhere along the lines, he's kind of just, he's wondering. He even brings up to his friends, how come no one's ever really tried to be a superhero? And that's why I thought of this movie, because Angel the other day kind of mentioned like he feels like he could be a vigilante.
I really do. No, I really do.
No, I get it, but here's the problem. Okay, one, you have a better chance than Dave, because Dave. Here's the problem with Dave. Okay, Dave is talking about this, but Dave is nothing. Like, Dave's not athletic.
Nope.
Dave's not muscular.
Nope.
Dave has no fighting experience whatsoever. Like, I don't think Dave's been in a fight before.
No.
So whatever gives him the reason to suddenly say, I'm going to go fight crime.
And he's walking around.
Yeah, with a wetsuit on, a dumbass wetsuit with a ski mask, the ugliest costume, and 2 baton sticks that he doesn't even know how to use. And I mean, he's going up to car thieves and you know, gangsters.
Why didn't he join a martial arts school?
Something would have made more sense.
Yeah, first.
Anything would have made more sense. So he gets this idea, and literally, I mean, it takes about 20-30 minutes into the movie. He gets this weird looking wetsuit thing, calls himself Kick-Ass, which I get it. Okay, maybe it's supposed to strike fear into people, but I mean, it's a dumb superhero name.
Very dumb.
It's very dumb. So, you know, it fits Dave because this is Dave and his personality.
To me, all of the superheroes had dumb names.
I'll wait until I can't wait till you see the second one. I mean, honestly, they really amp it up in the second one. So Dave's going out on patrol, and he's looking, you know, he's figuring out like, oh, you know, there's not much going on. And then he's doing his training, which I don't even understand. He's like jumping to a tire, and he's pretending like he's going to run across and jump across the roof, which he never does. He's just not a brave dude.
I'm surprised they didn't have a scene of him just on the computer looking to see how to be a superhero. Like, what type of training I need to do, because he was
too busy doing other stuff on the computer.
Signing up his trophy.
Yeah, right. So as he's out and about, he runs into these guys who have bullied him and his friends before, and they're trying to steal a car. And this is like his debut. Now it's literally him in a wetsuit. He has a one baton, not two. That was his first mistake. And these two guys are bigger than him. And then we find out the one guy has a knife. So what happens? Dave doesn't even get a swing off on these guys, and he gets stabbed and beaten to death. He gets hit by a car.
Yes.
Because of course that's what happens, because you're not a superhero.
You would have thought also that he would have put something on under the suit for protection. Something. He had nothing. Nothing there.
The look on his face when he got stabbed. The look on his face when he got stabbed was like, why is this happening? It's happening because you're a dumbass. I mean, I'm sorry, but I really I almost did the first time I watched this. I did almost turn it off because I was like, this is going to be the whole movie. This is going to be this guy getting his ass kicked the whole movie. And then there is a nice little surprise about halfway through the movie that makes the movie much better. But at first you're like, what is going on here? So he ends up in the hospital, and he tells the ambulance driver to throw away his suit and not tell anybody about it because he's so cool, but he's nobody. Like nobody would even think anything about. They'd think he was just a weirdo out in a costume. But he's concerned about it. So then, when he gets out of the hospital, everyone thinks that he was out, doing some weird stuff, and there's a rumor starts going out that now that Dave is, as they call it, a lame duck, which I've never heard of that term for someone who plays for the other team, but it is what it is. I've never heard that.
Not for that, what they were alluding to. Not for that. But Joe, I do have a question.
Sure.
They showed his skeleton.
Yeah.
And so what happened to his skeleton? Because I know he said, I'm like Wolverine now. Like, what happened? Did they put metal on his bone?
Yeah, well, when you fracture something so bad that it's basically kind of beyond repair, like my wife, when she broke her ankle, the femur is a tiny small bone, so they had to graft some metal on her femur. Then when it healed, they told her it might hurt her down the road, so they would have to take it out. But initially they'll have to do that. Like my daughter got back surgery. She has to help her spine. And so, he probably had a lot of fractures. And so they had to replace his bone and stuff with some of that metal.
Because he made mention that later on in the movie that he wasn't getting hurt anymore.
Well, so some of the nerve endings from his injuries cut off the pain
receptors.
Retrievers. Yeah, the pain receptors to his brain. So he was still getting hurt. He just doesn't know it.
Well, that's worse.
I agree.
Okay.
It's dumb. And nothing like Wolverine.
Yeah,
Wolverine had metal on his on his bone, not just holding them together, and he could turn them into claws.
Right.
So there's Dave's back at school, and we also get introduced to like this crime boss and his son. The son is a bit of a lone wolf. Dave and his friends try to become friends with him, but it doesn't go well. The security guard tells him to kind of get away, and then we're also introduced to Mindy McCready and her dad. I just seen his name, Damon McCready. And the first time they show up in a scene, Damon is, how old do you think Mindy is? 10, 11?
Actually, I thought that at first until the end of the movie. At the end of the movie, it showed her going to 9th grade, so she needed to be about 13 or 14 if she's going to the 9th grade.
Well, that's where she starts in the second movie. So you're probably right. But anyhow, she looks like she's 10.
Yeah, she did. She looked like she was 10. And
it starts with Damon shooting her at close range into a vest. So there's something he's going to show up later, but right now we just you don't know what's going on until you watch the movie. It's kind of a weird scene because you're like, he literally blows her away and then tells her to do it again 2 more times, and she makes a deal like, oh, I want to go to the bowling alley and I want some ice cream, like things that
A
don't
little
seem
kid.
normal for her. Yeah, like a little kid would want. He's making her take bullets to get them. It's really funny.
But they didn't even
So-
explain what was going on either with them two, because I was like,
Yeah,
what
but
the hell is this?
you find out pretty soon. What's
Right.
So the mob family, they're having an issue with somebody stealing their drugs. They're blaming their own people. They're blaming this and that, and somebody's trying to tell them like basically like Batman is coming through, but they don't believe him. Like, and of course, who would believe? If you're being accused of stealing drugs from a crime lord or a mafia family, it looked like, and he tells you Batman is the one that ruined everything. That's a little bit of a tale. But not exactly not the truth, as we're going to find out later. The other thing that we're talking about, so Dave had mentioned that he's kind of invisible to women, and his locker is next to Katie, who's like supposed to be the it girl at school. And after he comes back, she starts talking to him, and she actually offers to meet him at the comic book store and have a coffee with him, or buy him a coffee.
Right.
And so, of course, he thought that was weird, and his friends try to tell him. This is when he finds out that there's a rumor going around about him being a lame duck, as they called it, and that she's into that. She wants like a gay BFF.
Yeah, I you got to be careful with this.
Don't touch it. Don't touch. Don't touch.
I'm not
Don't touch.
talking
Don't
shit.
touch. Don't touch.
I'm
Don't
not.
touch.
I'm not.
Don't
Don't worry.
touch. Don't
Don't worry.
Don't
Don't
touch.
worry.
No,
Don't touch.
listen,
Don't
the
worry.
only
Hold
thing
on.
I'm going to say about it is this: would either one of you
No.
do
No,
what Dave
no,
did?
no.
I'm answering it. I'm saying no. There's no
No,
way
no.
I'm going to allow that to happen.
No.
What?
I just,
Okay. 10 of all 10s.
I just want to be friends with everybody. That's all. I just like to be friends.
10 of all 10s.
Huh?
You're still not pretending? Because he didn't get enough out of it, as far as I'm concerned.
I'm not going to pretend. I'm not going to pretend I'm not that I don't like women. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to pretend that. No, hell no. That's not going to happen.
I mean, could you imagine? This dude is putting lotion on this naked high school girl. There is no teenager in the world who's not going to freak out. There's no dude who's not going to sit there and freak. She's going to turn around, and it's going to be happening.
Yes, you're right.
She's going to realize that this is not a true statement.
Yeah. I could. Yeah, that wouldn't have been. I wouldn't have been able to.
No teenage boy has that kind of control.
No,
none.
Zero.
Especially Dave, who couldn't understand any of this in his wildest dreams. So that's all I'm saying. Right. I'm just saying, man, like that's crazy. That's crazy to me. Angel, I'm not saying anything that's not true.
It's
or
not
bad.
even that. It was just as soon as it started like steering, that made Gene say, we're not even. That's the cancel button. We're just about to get canceled. Let's just.
But it's not.
Leave
what did I
that.
No. I was just saying. I was just saying, like, if that happened, like to me, like I would have nipped that in the bud. I wouldn't even played around with that. I wouldn't have kept that going, like nothing. I would have came back out to school the next day, a different guy.
Right?
Guy. Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. So, Kick-Ass starts back out patrolling because this guy didn't learn the first time. I'm sorry, anybody that went through what he went through, you're just asking to get killed if you start doing this again.
Yes.
But he's out looking for a cat. And these gangbangers are chasing somebody. He trips the guy they're chasing, and he has 2 batons, but he still can't fight. And you're going to fight off 3 gangsters?
Mm-hmm.
Now, he did get his ass kicked again, but he got a little lucky and got some lucky hits in.
Right.
And people are taping it, and it goes viral.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm sorry. This would be, in our day and age, this would be going viral for a different reason.
What reason do you think?
Because everyone was saying that it was cool, and it wasn't cool, Gene.
No, it wasn't. He was getting beat up. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you are an idiot, and he became like a hero out of it. Like, this should have been like, get this dude off the streets. Like, he's gonna get killed.
Yeah, the police should have been. Yeah, because it wasn't like he was beating these guys up. I mean, he was
And
hitting them, but they were hitting him too.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He's
He
lucky
should
they
have been
didn't have a
knocked
knife.
out. He should have
Yeah.
been knocked out, honestly.
And then, so I mean, and then they kind of show the different families and characters. The mafia family's watching and going to say, "Oh, this guy's going to end up dead," which they're not wrong. Mindy and her dad are watching it, and they're like, Mindy thinks it's cool, but the dad's like, "No, this guy's name is Kick Ass. He should be called Ass Kick." I like that part. He's not wrong.
Right. Right.
He's really not wrong.
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage was great in this movie.
Nicolas Cage must like being a superhero. He must have wanted to be a superhero when he was growing up. I believe this is like his third time being a superhero.
And I heard talks of him coming to Marvel.
Huh?
I heard talks of him coming to Marvel. He was Ghost Rider.
He was Ghost Rider, and then he was supposed to be Superman. They shot.
He had long hair, right?
Yep. And they ended up shelving that movie of him being Superman. I think it was going to be a disaster anyway.
Yeah, it didn't even look good.
No. But we do see it in DC. If you watch a lot of the DC movies, you will see certain things. Yeah, I don't want to spoil it. So just watch newer DC movies, and there'll be something that is talking about that.
I know what you're talking about.
Which movie?
Anyhow,
I can't say because people you're gonna know.
So Katie is talking about how she could use Kick-Ass to help her with like an ex-boyfriend or something like that. Now this is the part. This is where Dave should have died.
Yes,
because Dave goes by himself again to go and tell a gangster to stay away from some girl.
Mm-hmm.
And all his buddies, there's a guy at the door with a gun.
Yeah, he just lets him in.
You should have left. The second I see big dude with a gun, I'm going, you know what? Not worth it.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh, so sorry. Very wrong place. So sorry. And just walked away.
You are about to get canceled. You are about to get canceled. That's
what I would have said.
You are about to be the one to get canceled. Worried about me.
Oh Lord.
If you can say polishing someone's trophy, I think we'll be A-okay here.
Anyhow, so this is where Mindy McCready shows up in a costume.
Thank goodness, or else he would have been dead.
She starts just
Yo, I'm gonna
slicing
be real, man. That was probably the wildest fight scene to me. She chopped this dude's kneecaps off. Bro, that was wild to me. And the funniest part is, Kick-Ass is sitting there, and he almost looks kind of like, oh, that's what it's like to be a superhero.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was not prepared for that.
Nobody was. When I first watched this movie, I was like, I had to rewind it because I was like, what the hell am I watching? What?
It was wild.
Happened? Literally, what just happened?
This movie kind of goes in and out between a spoof of a superhero movie, like something the Wayans brothers would do, and a real superhero, because these fight scenes are like a normal action movie. Yes. They're not silly, they're not goofy. They're kind of violent and gruesome.
I think the part where Dave is trying to be an average Joe, trying to be a superhero, I think that is what really this would be like. That's what I liked about this movie, but it's also like, dude, you got to learn, you're going to get killed. You should be dead. He's lucky Mindy showed up and she calls herself Hit Girl, by the way. And she's talking about Big Daddy. That's her dad, Damon. And they do explain down the road. So Damon and his partner were cops. Damon messed with the mafia lord who he's trying to mess up right now, who we've already seen in the movie before with the kid named Chris. And he ends up in jail, and his wife, who's pregnant with Mindy, before Mindy is born, kills herself, and then Mindy is born, stays with his partner, and then he does 5 years in jail. And when he gets out, he basically comes up with a plan to take out the guy who set him up, who's the crime lord. So that's how they fit into this whole thing, and how he started the whole Big Daddy and Hit Girl.
Now, why didn't Kick-Ass? This was his perfect opportunity to ask them to train him. That little girl could do all of that.
I think he was so taken back about what just happened, he didn't know what to do. I think he was just in awe. He just couldn't. and he freaked out. And then he goes back home, still freaking out. By the way, he only takes off his mask and then he goes to bed. And about 2 hours later, Hit Girl and Big Daddy show up and they're like, dude, one, you're an idiot.
Right.
Two, we tracked you through your IP address, which by the way, we changed now. And he had he had a taser that he hit that gangster in the head with.
That's right. Yep.
And she had to pick up the cartridge because you can track the cartridges,
Right.
I guess, of those tasers, which I never even knew. And she made a comment about that's the I'm gonna say the dumbest taser I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But she might have used a bit of a slur, but that's okay. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not going that far. So the other thing that I really find funny about Mindy McCready, as young as she is a foul-mouthed, shit-talking little girl.
Yes, she is.
And it is the best part of this movie.
I'm about to say, I think that's what made the movie to me really good. That made the movies to be really good.
Don't expect that out of this little girl.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see. So, basically, they're kind of showing, David still running around. He's, still pretending with his quote-unquote girlfriend. And Mindy and her dad are still trying to take out the mafia guy. Well, the mafia guy, they keep questioning people, and he keeps hearing about this superhero. And since nobody really knows who it is, and there's no video or anything, somebody kind of comes up with the fact that it might be Kick-Ass.
Mm-hmm.
So now the dad has his crew out looking for Kick-Ass, and he runs into a Kick-Ass on the street and kills him. But it ends up being like a Kick-Ass impersonator, like doing birthday parties and stuff.
Yeah.
So here's the thing that kills me. They've said twice now the guy messing everything up looks like Batman.
He did too.
Kick-Ass looks nothing like Batman.
No, you're right.
Well, I'm sorry, you're the dumbest crime lord I've ever met in my life. Because they said it's a man dressed like Batman, not a kid dressed like a scuba suit.
Yeah.
So
what does he even look like? I don't even know what superhero even comes close to that.
Nothing. When he bought it, it said scuba suit. It's a wetsuit with a mask. He's
like a gangsta Aquaman. That's what he is.
So they're trying to lure Kick-Ass in, and the son, Chris, comes up with a plan. He's gonna dress like a superhero. He's gonna, go out and start fighting crime. And of course, he has his dad screw over one of his buddies to make him look, bigger than Kick-Ass, to draw Kick-Ass out. And the idea is to lure Kick-Ass and then kill him on camera so everyone knows, like, don't mess with him, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. So the problem is when he does get in touch with Kick-Ass and he lures them to the warehouse, they show up and the warehouse is on fire. The whole lumberyard's on fire. And obviously it wasn't Kick-Ass because Kick-Ass wasn't there. He was with Red Mist, as Chris the son is calling himself.
Yep, but there were bodies in there.
Oh yeah, everyone was dead. So the son had set up a nanny cam. So he took the nanny cam, and this is when we discover that the crime boss, who's an idiot, finds out about Big Daddy.
That is a dumb name. Like, why did he pick that for his name, his superhero name, Big Daddy? That was ridiculous.
To because he was training his little daughter. I don't know, man. He was in prison. That's the best he could come up with.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, all the names are dumb. Red Mist. And wait till you see his name in the second one. The Mindy McCready is Hit Girl. I mean, she has the best nickname, and it's dumb. So, so what it all comes down to is Red Mist again lures Kick-Ass out and gets Kick-Ass to get a hold of Big Daddy and Hit Girl, who are getting ready to go on a vacation, which they should have just went on. Mm-hmm. Because now they pull them into a trap. They plan to unmask and execute everyone on national TV, on the internet, which the national TV can't show it. So Mindy actually saves everybody, but her dad ends up dying. This is one of my favorite scenes of the whole movie because he
Angel, you watching something?
No, it's me. Sorry,
Oh,
I didn't know the sound was
you were
off.
looking down, Angel. I thought you were watching something.
So
my cereal's down there. That's all.
this dude is on fire, and he's singing out loud. He's singing out loud, giving Mindy instruction on how to kill these guys as he's dying.
That's what he was doing. I didn't know what the hell he was doing. I thought
Yeah, he told her he was singing out loud, and he told her to turn on the strobe on the gun. And when she turned that strobe on, and all those guys couldn't see, she just picked them off one by one.
Okay,
Yeah,
I know he was making noises, and I know
yeah,
he was saying something,
oh,
but
no,
I
go
thought
back
he
and
was
listen to it.
hallucinating.
He's singing to her, and he's like telling her, "Do this, child, and do this," and he's just going crazy because
He's burning up. He was on fire.
So, of course she's upset and pissed, and she's gonna go get revenge, and Kick-Ass is apologizing because it was his fault. Like, her dad died saving him, basically.
Yeah.
So she says, well, I'm gonna go kill him if you want to apologize and make up for killing my dad. You can come help me. So she had bought a jetpack before they went and got into all this. So Dave has to learn how to drive this jetpack with some Gatling guns on it.
Yeah,
Meanwhile,
he learned that in 10 minutes. He learned how to use that thing.
I'm sure. I guess you just have to get used to it, but probably only a couple buttons on it. Mindy, her whole plan is to show up at the building, which they had the whole layout for the building. She shows up like a Girl Scout selling cookies, and then pulls a gun out and starts killing everyone. Then gets into Hit Girl, and she's basically destroying the place. And right when she gets into a little bit of trouble, Dave shows up with the jetpack. He shoots the place up, and him and Red Mist fight each other. And Mindy fights the dad, and the dad gets the best of her. Go ahead.
I'm surprised. I was actually surprised that Red Mist and Kick-Ass fought, because when they separated, when they took Big Daddy and Kick-Ass, he was telling his dad, Red Mist was telling his dad, like, Kick-Ass doesn't have nothing to do with this. Like, he's really not that bad. Like, give him a break. So, what do you guys
He did, but
do?
once he showed up to help Mindy, once he showed up to help Hit Girl, he's been trying to impress his dad forever.
Yeah.
So he had no choice. I mean, at that point, it was, hey, you made your choice, so bye.
Yeah.
And I mean, that neither one of them can fight. So I mean,
right, exactly.
And so Mindy, basically in a bad situation. The dad's about to shoot her, and then Kick-Ass comes in with the bazooka, hits my man with the bazooka. He flies out the window, explodes, takes Mindy home on the jetpack, and Red Mist / Chris runs out with a samurai sword, but it's too late. They're gone. And he's really pissed off and upset. And the end of the movie, Mindy ends up going to live with the partner and going to high school together with Dave. Dave gave up being Kick-Ass and goes and hangs out with his girlfriend.
What was crazy about what was crazy about that was he was narrating, and he said that he can look after her, but she should look after him because she doesn't need any protection.
No, none whatsoever. Not even a little bit. Let's see. On top of that, the very, very end, Red Mist says something about every good guy needs a bad guy. Way they get a look at me or something like that.
Yeah,
so basically,
he got that from Batman.
Yeah, he's basically saying like he's the next bad guy, and I've seen the movie, so it's twice as crazy as this movie. I know that sounds insane, but it really
does sound insane.
And when you see it, you'll see what I'm talking about.
Well, I'm interested in watching it, man. I like superhero movies, and this movie this caught me off guard because this is not what I was expecting. I literally thought this was going to be like Spy Kids.
Listen, Jim Carrey's in the second one.
Oh boy. Okay.
Like as a demented Captain America.
Okay. Well, they did say that there were more superheroes now running around the city.
Yeah.
They did say that. So okay. All right. So what grade are you guys giving this movie?
You know, I really like this movie a lot, so I'm a little partial, but I'm gonna give it a B plus. There are some things that bother me in the movie, but for the most part, it's a solid movie, so I enjoyed it. B plus is good for me.
Angel, what about you?
I'll give it a B.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
it wasn't bad. Like it really wasn't. I think it not getting a higher grade. I think it's really just because of like just some of the nonsense, which is like not that it was too much, but just some of it was just like I just couldn't
Yeah, I
like
got
we
it.
talked about, like sometimes it's just not real, and I was like but
Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, the second movie, there's one scene. You might even text me when you see it. You're gonna be like, "What did I just watch?" When you see it, you'll know.
I'm also gonna give it a B plus. Also, like I said, I enjoyed it. It was fine. Was there any hand to hand fighting in this movie?
well, technically him having the two screamer sticks, that's like Filipino karate.
I mean, Mindy was just kicking everybody and killing them. So
I mean, her stabbing people, that was technically a bow. Or naginata is what it's called, actually.
it's about the same in the second one. A little bit more fighting because there's more characters, but for the most part, it's just you know what I said at the end of this movie, like when she's fighting everybody and shooting them. I said, if John Wick had a daughter, hit girl right there.
Yeah, you're spot on with that, Joe. You are spot on.
Honest to God, like that's all I was thinking. I was like, so like she was like mini John Wick before John Wick. So
Yeah. All right. Well, you guys got anything else? Any other closing remarks? I know you guys got something else you guys got to jump on and take care of.
yeah, we got 8.5 minutes, so we're good. Angel, you got to figure out how to get in. So
I'm actually in. I'm good. I see we got 8 minutes
cool.
and 20 seconds.
Perfect.
Right.
It should be fun.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
All
that's it. That's gonna wrap it up.
Enjoy the second movie. Enjoy the rest of your week. Have fun.
All right.
You know, we having fun, man. That's all that matters.
All right, everybody. Stay safe. Stay strong. We'll holler at you next week, and I will play our music.
Disaster must come. At best, only postponed. Shaolin Kung Fu, to survive, must now be taught to more young men.